Good evening. It is Wednesday, April 15th, 2026. It's tax day. And coming to you live from Lonely Tree Media headquarters in Tacoma, Washington, this is the Best Lamb Sports Show. I'm your host, David Lamb. With me is my son, Parker. Say hello, Parker.
Hello, Parker.
Awesome. Right? This is where insert crowd noise here.
Insert crowd noise here. That's great.
Right. We are experiencing some mild to moderate technical difficulties.
I would say this is approaching moderate to severe.
Moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, like the commercial.
Moderate to severe. That's right. Or yeah.
Anyway, we have no music, but that's okay. We have no applause. The studio audience has gone silent. But
We had to give him a day off finally.
we're still here, so that's all that matters, right? The two most important people showed up, and we're recording, maybe. So that's what we know so far.
Based on all the information we have,
Yeah, based on
this will be known.
yeah, we know that's all we got. So how was your day? No, first of all, how was Saskatchewan?
Saskatchewan is a like if you've ever traveled to like the northeast, but not like New York City, so like Buffalo, Rochester, there is like a dreariness because everything's kind of like there's snow on the ground, so there's a lot of white, but the snow's been there for a long time, so it's kind of gray. And then all the buildings have like dust from like the brine and salt that's been being kicked around. Up there they use rocks, and those rocks get crunched up and it creates like literally a powder that blows up on the road as people drive by. So the whole city has this real dreary kind of ugly look to it. Like very, I don't know, like if Mad Max was set in the north.
Really?
Yeah, everything just kind of looks meh.
Huh.
Like it's not a bad place. The city itself has every food you could possibly want. Every food. You want Indian? It's there. You want African? It's there. You want Jewish food? It's there. You
Really?
want American burgers? You want Canadian moose? Like it's all there. Like every food. Like there's a
Oh,
restaurant for everyone. There's a British
what
pub
is?
called Winston's that
Yeah.
literally looks like it was plucked out of England and set there.
What does moose taste like? Just FYI, do you know? You didn't
I
try it,
didn't eat
did
it.
you? Did try
I
it?
didn't
Okay,
eat
yeah,
it.
I wouldn't
I
either.
didn't eat
I
it.
wouldn't either.
It was
All right.
at this time of year. It's questionable where they get it from.
You know, you know, your mom and I were in D.C. and when she was working there, and we were the apartment that she stayed in was a block away from Ted's Montana Grill,
Oh
and
yeah,
and
they
and
sell
if
everything there.
yeah, and if you know Ted's Montana, Ted is Ted Turner who owns that, right?
Yep.
But Ted's Montana Grill, we went in there. We didn't know it was Ted Turner, first of all, and we didn't know what we were gonna get. But it's Montana Grill. It's got to be good, right?
We
So
got
we,
like burgers and steaks, yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
burgers and steaks. We walked in there. We looked at the menu, and yeah, you absolutely could get bison, and I don't think they had elk, or maybe it was elk, but not
I went to
moose.
one that had
Yeah,
elk. I
it
went
might
to a
have been
Ted's
elk.
Montana that had
Yeah, they had a bunch of different alternative, let's call them meats, right?
elk.
That and they had beef stuff too. I mean, they had regular steak and whatnot, but it was just interesting to see that on the menu, and you go, I wonder what that tastes like. And then the answer is, I'm not trying that. I mean, I'm really not. I'm not that adventurous to go. I would like to have a little sample of that before I spend $60 on that.
Yep.
Right? I mean, I want to know that I'm gonna like it. I don't want to have it go, it was all right, that kind of thing. So anyway,
Yeah.
that was an
Well, I've
interesting.
had bison.
Yeah, was good.
Bison's it's basically just like it's like lean beef. Like it's
Huh,
real
sure.
I don't know how to describe it, but if you've had really fatty beef and you've had lean beef, it tastes like that end of it. It's definitely a 93.7. But I've had elk
93.
before. I've had elk. Elk's more in
Yeah.
the middle.
Right.
I've had a billion different kinds of venison. I've
Huh.
had gator.
Yeah,
I've
gator. I've had
had
gator.
no, that's all. I guess that's all the
Okay.
quote exotic meats that I've
Exotic meat. Yeah. I
had.
mean, alternative. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm not opposed to trying it, I suppose, but I don't want to spend a whole bunch of money on it if I,
Yeah.
what I mean. I want a bite before I figure out. Yeah.
There was a place in Toronto that did like it had multiple meats just like a Ted's Montana Grill, but
Huh.
you could get a sampler platter.
Oh, nice.
There was like it was like $40, and basically
Yeah.
it was like 4 ounce steaks
Little
of
bits of
each
each.
meat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's cool though. That's a good
and I was
idea.
like, yeah, buy that for the table, and then
Try it all,
get a bunch of sides. Yeah,
and then order, right? Because I might like
and
this, I might not like this. I don't know, But yeah.
Yeah.
All right. All
But
right.
outside of that, Saskatoon is it's a small city, 200,000 people, so it's not very big, uh but it's got some cool stuff. It's a big World War One historical landmark. Like there was a
Okay.
lot of people from Saskatoon that participated in World War One. They have this
Oh,
big grandstand that's right next to this really pretty museum. Um, but uh, but
interesting.
yeah, apparently it's so I'm reading here. It was they contributed to the 46th Battalion, which was called the Suicide Battalion, and 196th Western Universities Battalion. Ooh, how exciting! But
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
apparently they are known for like they sustained a lot of casualties.
Wow. Interesting.
Like these groups did not do well. I also learned while I was there that there is a piece of France that in France that belongs to Canada. There was a battle there that Canada won,
Yeah.
and years later, France gave them the land,
Right. That's weird, right?
like in France. Kind of crazy. Yeah, it's kind of
Huh.
crazy. So there is a little chunk of land in France that is owned by Canada. It was written on one of like there's a boardwalk type thing along the river. I guess not a boardwalk. I guess a river walk, and it has like these little plaques that talk about the war and the volunteers and all this stuff like that. And one of the things talked about the
I just lost that. I lost audio. See if that works. You still there? Yeah.
little
No, it's just.
yeah,
You still
or in
there?
France. Sorry,
Okay, hold on.
kind of crazy.
It's doing. Hold on. My end is doing some weird stuff. Did it cut it off and just go back? I love it. Oh, Jesus! Right when I do that,
And we're back.
right when I hit my call button, you're calling. So
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah. Usually when this happens, it's my end. So I'll just call you back.
Yeah. Well, that's true, but I mean, I didn't know. So
That's all right. Are we still recording?
we are. I
Heck
mean,
yeah.
the recording didn't stop, so yeah, we're good.
Yeah. But no, it's an all right place. Like go there once, see it, eat some of the food, drink some of the beer, move along with your life.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
And
keep going to Calgary or somewhere else.
there's a Washington. So there's a little there's a piece of Washington state that's connected to Canada that isn't connected to Washington. And
Huh.
yeah, and it's the only way to get there by car is to drive through Canada to get to get to that little spit that sticks down from Canada from British Columbia. And the mail
Huh.
used to go there by boat, like the U.S. mail used to go there by boat. They don't do that anymore, but
To
there's people.
avoid going through.
Yeah, there's people that live. Yeah, otherwise you got to go through Canada, right? So they went there by boat. I don't know how they do it now, but that was just kind of a weird thing. You can see it on the map if you look closely in the northwest corner of
Huh.
Washington. You'll see this little spit that comes down, and you'll see this half of this little peninsula is Washington State, and the rest of it's Canada.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's kind of strange.
One day we'll have to go there.
Things are weird,
And we'll
right?
go
I
the
mean, we're
long way
not far.
through Canada.
Yeah, you gotta go there through
Yeah.
Canada and then back across through customs 10 times.
You'd have to go through customs
Right.
like
I
yeah,
don't
four
know. See, and
times
I don't know if
over the
they
course of like 45 minutes.
and I don't even know if they have a customs place there. I mean, that's because you're in
It's
Canada.
probably a guard shack.
Yeah, it might be. It might, but there may be. No, it's weird. Anyway, yeah. Let's talk about some sports because that's what
Wait,
we're.
hold on.
No,
I have a customs horror story coming back.
go ahead. You're coming
So
back from Canada.
from Saskatoon, we had to fly through Vancouver, then to Denver. So I go to the airport. I don't bring anything I'm not supposed to. I get through security at Saskatoon. I get through the initial like check, because I'm on a quote international flight,
Yeah.
even though this first one's domestic, but the flight connection is international. Anywho,
Okay.
through security, I bought Saskatoon berries. They have these berries that grow up there. They're very similar to June berries, but they're a little sweeter. They're called Saskatoon berries. They only grow in Saskatoon.
Okay.
So I bought some jam
Oh
for
yeah.
Cassie.
Sure.
So I was like, I'll bring that back. She'll love that. And then I land in Vancouver. I get off the plane, and we have to go back through security
Yeah.
because we're coming to Denver now.
Right.
But we're no longer going through Canada's security. We're going through the U.S.'s security.
Sure.
But I didn't know there was another security point we had to go through. I thought we had done all this dance already, which is why I bought the jams. So I go up to security. First of all, I had an unopened soda they made me throw out. And then my
Unopened?
bag gets unopened, fully unopened.
What?
Yep, yep. And
Okay.
then my bag gets flagged because we had to go through the whole rigmarole: shoes off, laptops out, everything. Like we had just gotten to the airport again. I do all this stuff. My bag gets flagged. He pulls aside. He goes, "Can you tell me what's in the jar?" And I go, "Oh, it's jam." He goes, "It's over the limit." And I go, "Then fucking eat it. I'm done here, man. Give me my fucking shit." Like I was so pissed. I was so hot at him for this moment. I'm like,
Yep.
you're talking about Saskatoon berries, dude.
Because
Congratulations, you've made America safer today.
it's carry-on
Like
stuff, right?
it's the yeah, it's
Yeah.
the dumbest thing. You imagine that? Like if I put it in my checked bag, it's not a crime, but if I put it in my carry-on, it's a
Yeah.
big deal. We gotta
Yeah.
talk about it over here,
Right.
dude.
Right.
Just go have some good breakfast and leave me the hell alone.
Right.
Like I'm done with you. I was very rude to this person because I was like, this is a stupid problem to have.
Right.
This is a dumb thing to have confiscated right here. A sealed jar of Saskatoon berries,
Yep. There.
like that was purchased post security at the last airport where I did this
Oh,
rigmarole.
jeez. Yeah.
So stupid.
I will tell you my one TSA interaction that that was rough.
Negative interaction.
Negative interaction. Yeah, my one TSA negative interaction. That was in Knoxville, Tennessee, by the way. Knoxville, Tennessee airport is probably the best airport you'll ever fly into or out of. It is easy. It's small, and no issues,
It is nice.
except for this lady. So I was in a hurry, and I threw my little tiny can of shaving cream into my toiletry bag, which
Yeah.
was in my backpack, my carry-on. However, it was larger than the amount you're supposed to carry, right? The 3 ounces.
3.3 ounces
Right,
or
whatever.
whatever.
Yeah. It was bigger. The can was bigger. What I do know about the can was it had maybe a squirt of shaving cream left. Maybe. Right? I mean, there wasn't much in it because I know I was running out. I mean, so I just threw it in there because I might need to shave when I get. Okay. The lady, is this your bag? Yes. And then she grabs out the shaving cream and she goes, "You know, you're not supposed to have anything larger than 3 ounces." Da, da, da. I was like, "Yep, I do." And I threw it in there. I was in a hurry. Yep. She made me sign a form saying that I acknowledged that I did something stupid. And
I've never seen that in a million years.
I signed. I had to sign her thing saying that I knew that I wasn't supposed to, and I did it anyway. And then I told her, I said, "You know, I can kill more people with the pencil that's in that bag than that shaving cream," which
It's
she
probably
didn't
the best thing to
appreciate.
say.
She didn't appreciate, but I was like, "It's true. I mean, come on. You're gonna give me I'm gonna go fly first class. You're gonna give me a real metal fork, but this shaving
Yeah,
cream could blow up the plane apparently, and now I'm in
right.
trouble." I'm like,
And
"Come
and
on,
and the
man.
crux behind that is that the first class people, they don't go through a different kind of
First,
security process that screens them to use those
here's
forks.
here's the
They
re-
just paid more money.
here's the reason. Terrorists don't fly first class. That's what we figured
Well, that would be their logic.
out."
If they're gonna
Because
blow up the plane, why would they spend the extra
because I
money?
got real glass that I could break and cut someone with, and I got real forks and real knives in first class.
Right.
But I not in the coach
Like I
because
said, if you're
security.
gonna if you know you're gonna blow up the plane, why would you spend the extra money?
I guess. I mean, it's
All
if
you're doing is
but
driving somebody down your family at somewhere.
but if I'm on my last flight ever, I'm gonna go first class.
Yeah, but when you're doing it in the name of Allah or Jesus or
Whoever,
one of these guys, yeah,
Buddha.
it doesn't matter. Buddha, if
You
you're when
never
you're
hear
doing it in the
somebody.
name of them, then it's a selfless act. You don't need to be being selfish
You
during
never
your selfless act.
you never hear anybody doing it in the name of Buddha. By the way, that's not that's not a real thing.
Or Jah, like
Well, yeah,
the
there's no.
Rastafarian
It's
god or
too
whatever.
it's too nice. They're too laid back. It's not gonna happen. Anyway, that was my interaction. I really did not like that lady. She was not my favorite. And yeah, I shouldn't have said that. But you know what? I'm like, honestly, there are a lot of things here I could kill people with. The shaving cream was the. I didn't even think
That's
about
not
it.
one of
I didn't even
them.
think about it. I mean, it was
I
like
love
meh.
I love that the restriction isn't on the actual weight or contents. It's on the
Container.
so for instance, if you have let's call it a barrel,
Yeah,
but it lists 1 ounce of shaving cream
it's
on it,
okay.
it's okay. Just
Right.
because the size is not the
It's
size is
not the
not the
size of the
concern.
container.
It's what's inside. But also
Right.
apparently
How
it's
much?
not. It's what it's labeled.
Right. It's how much is actually in there. Well, the container says, 3.5 ounces. Well, that's too big. No, but if the container said 1 ounce, yeah, that's okay. What? Same container.
Hold on,
Same
TSA
container.
official rules regarding it's liquids, right? Is what they're
Liquids. It's
officially
only
like
liquids that they're after.
liquids.
Yeah, because you can take like food now. You can take like solids, and you can take, like a pizza. You can take a pizza through security.
So they're based on container capacity. That's what the rule is. It has nothing to do with the actual weight or amount of liquid inside, because according to TSA, it is based on
That's not.
container capacity.
That's not true.
However, I'm not seeing anybody pulling out, I don't know what type of tool you use to measure volume
Right.
within
Yeah.
a container. They're just going based on what it says. So if what it says is less than what it is that okay?
I think so. I mean,
Like
if you have that 55-gallon drum and it says 1 ounce
this is
as the
1 ounce
capacity,
shaving cream.
then it's
Yeah.
okay, right?
It's what it sounds
That's
like
only
because
1 ounce.
because according to this, it is not weight or the amount of liquid inside.
It's what it says on the outside of the container. How much does the
Yowzers.
container say? 1 ounce. Okay. Well,
Although
yeah.
it does say you're allowed to bring a quart-sized bag of liquids, aerosols, and gels. The
They've changed the
quart-sized bag
rules.
does then limit.
Yeah, they've changed the rules now, though.
Yeah,
It used to be
that's
that
also
this
silly.
was a while back, but I mean, it still was one of those things where I shake my head and I go, "There's come on, let's common sense about the world here."
I'm usually pretty usually when I make a mistake, it's like, oh, I left my laptop in, or oh, I forgot
Yeah,
to dump my water
absolutely.
bottle out. It's usually pretty small, and I'm always like, my bad, my bad, my
Yep,
bad.
yep, yep.
But the guy confiscating my Saskatoon berries, I was not, and this was at like 6 a.m. or whatever. We landed in Vancouver at like 6:30.
Oh my
I'm
god.
like. I'm like, bro, just I think I was like, then throw some of it the fuck out. I don't care. Just get rid of it. I'm done with this. That's what I
Yeah,
said to
I don't
him.
want to play with this anymore.
Take out some and scoop it and throw it in the garbage and give me back what I can take.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Anyways,
heaven forbid.
heaven forbid.
Anyway, let's talk about some sports.
Mm-hmm.
Here's some notes, by the way. The Live Golf CEO says, by the way, that the 26th season getting shut down is just speculation, and it will continue on at full throttle, as he put it. Amid reports that the Saudi Arabia's public investment fund might be on the verge of pulling its funding for LAV Golf.
Okay.
Just letting that be known out there. I mean, it's kind of weird that they spent $5 billion since its inception in 2022 on this thing,
Okay.
and now they're gonna pull their funding because why? I mean, and did you see what people have to go through to get back on the PGA Tour? They're letting them come back only if they're certain level of golfer, and if they're basically you gotta renounce all your ties to the LAV Golf and say that I'm sorry and you're willing to take less pay. There's literally some of these guys have to take less money for coming back, even if they win.
Well, some guys are having to go back through like the Corn Ferry or the
Yeah,
the DP World Tour thing. Like guys are having to go basically re-qualify. Some
so
guys are
dumb.
able to just kind of apologize and forfeit earnings, or
Right.
forfeit revenue sharing and things like that.
Revenue
But
sharing, yeah. We don't want you but I mean, you're penalizing a guy first of all, opening another league of golf. How is that bad for golf?
because it tarnishes the sacred name of the sport.
Right.
Say it, and you say it in your oldest white guy voice, like monocle and everything.
Yeah.
That's all it does. That does not actually do anything bad.
No,
it does something.
You're spreading golf around the world.
Bad. Yeah, because the Masters, and I mean the Masters is the biggest. It's not a PGA event, but still, that's PGA. I guess Live Golf is the Masters too, huh?
Well, so Masters is an independent tournament. It's not part of the PGA Tour.
Yeah, I was just saying that, but so my question is, has the PGA lost any money from Live Golf existing?
Maybe because some of the players that were on it weren't bringing in money to the PGA because they weren't playing in PGA events. Yes, sort of.
Yeah.
I mean, that's your roundabout way of saying we lost money because of this. Yeah, but the sport of golf got bigger because you had another tour that reached a whole bunch of players. They came to Portland, right? I went to that tournament. Yeah. The PGA Tour is not coming to Portland. I'm never going to see the PGA Tour in Portland. Never.
Yeah.
but I
They
did get
they
to see professional golfers come.
what the
So
PGA needs to do if Live Golf actually goes under and this is all just and it's all actually happening because this all could just be this sounds like the kind of Golf Digest was one of the ones that posted a big article about this last year.
yeah,
Golf Digest has apparently like 4 or 5 contributing writers who are like massive PGA like members and things like that.
sure,
It feels like this keeps to be a constant thing. Like the PGA is looking for ways to discredit and
sure,
kind of ruin. However, it is known that Live is losing money, generally
yeah,
speaking. So there is that too. But the PGA needs to look at this as an opportunity and say, okay, people and players who we are here for,
supposed to be here for.
supposed to be here for, they want more and more access.
Yeah,
They want more events in more places, and
yeah,
they don't just want to go to the same 15, 20 courses every season. Like, let's mix it up. Let's go some more places. Let's
right,
have events. Let's have rotating events in different
right,
cities. And
yeah.
let's just, they need to take it as a like, hey,
I
this is something people actually want, and not like, well, that didn't work, so we're not going to do that either.
I sent a letter, an email to the PGA chairman. Well, I don't know what his name is. Anyway, um, because they sent me a thing about when I used to be a PGA Tour partner. I used to
Yeah.
have that, and you used to get like one free golf round ticket to one of the events. Blah blah blah. I used to have all these things that you get for donating like $40 or whatever it was. It wasn't very much, but anyway. So they sent me this thing talking about it, and I sent them a reply, and then I replied to the actual what's his damn name, the chairman of the PGA Tour. Anyway,
Don Rea
maybe. Anyway, that may
or
be right.
Brian Rolap is the CEO.
There's the guy. That's who I sent it to.
Rolap.
So I sent him an email and I said, let's just be honest. I said, if your intent is to grow the game, have more people involved, right? How are you doing that by going to the same 30 events in the same 30 cities every single year?
Yeah.
How on earth does that happen? How do the people in Seattle get to exposure to PGA Tour golf if you don't ever come there? One time for the U.S. Open at Chambers Bay, but you
Yeah.
never come back. What, you've never been to Portland, so how do you? I mean, how do you grow that? How do you go to these large cities? These are not little cities; they're big
Yeah.
cities. How do you go there? Yeah, how do you get golf to be grown across the nation by just having the same exact events in the same exact places and the same exact people all the time? Yeah, it changes a little
They're
bit.
not concerned with growing it. They're
Right.
concerned with maintaining it.
They're concerned with making money is all they're concerned about.
Well,
Because
for sure.
let's be fair, the original outcry about LIV golf was, "Oh, you're taking money from Saudi Arabia's PIF, and these people are killers." Okay,
Yeah.
well, absolutely, your tour does the same thing at the minor levels. You guys
Yeah.
actually play in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's
The hypocrisy was on the
it was awful. It
on
was
the
off
wall
the
right
chart,
there.
right? And then yeah, I mean, I'm like, you can't. Then that was not the thing anymore. It was, oh, that you guys are discrediting the game. It's the tradition and da da da. Come on, we want to grow the game. They were trying to do different things. They're playing golf in different places that you guys don't go.
In different ways, different types of
Different. It
formats,
was more
different types of
fun. There's
tournaments.
It's
Yeah.
louder. It's different. I mean, it was a different way that some people would appreciate. Right? We
Right.
don't want to all play the same way that our great great grandfather played. That's not necessarily true, right? I
Yeah.
don't want to have the exact same, stodgy rules of
Dodgy.
a bunch of white guys out smoking cigars playing golf. I don't want to see that, right?
Yeah, but if you look at the PGA Tour Board of Directors or
Oh, it's
PGA
stodgy.
Enterprises Group, outside of a couple players, like there's Tiger Woods is on there.
That's true.
Another guy named Villamegos is on there. But outside
It's
of those guys and maybe another guy who's like questionably half white, it looks stodgy.
it's the definition of stodgy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, that drove me nuts. The whole golf thing just drove me nuts. I loved the event that we went to. I mean, you didn't get to go.
I didn't get to go. No.
But the event that I went to in Portland was amazing. They gave me free tickets as a veteran, and then
Yeah.
they let me upgrade to the next level for like $20 a ticket. And the next level included all you can eat food and drink, not the alcohol, but everything else. And I was like, really? For like $20, I got to go and I got free parking, and it was amazing. I literally parked right in front of the gate.
Yeah.
I mean, there was no, it was crazy. It was a great event to watch. It was a lot of fun. I mean, there was, Phil Mickelson was there, and the other people that bolted for the tournament. It was a great, out of Pumpkin Ridge. It was a great place to watch an event, and it was a lot of fun. And I would go again, but LIV's not coming back, and the PGA Tour is never coming back. So I guess I'll never get to see another PGA Tour or professional golf event in the Northwest. Apparently, that's the thing.
Yeah.
So
For now.
weird.
For now.
We're
Look,
not your golfers. Southeast, the Southwest, that's your golfers, right?
the the
Ohio.
the, the thing is that these people, the people who run it, won't live forever. Right? They won't. It's been the same people running the show, both for the country and other ways, for 30, 40 years. The same people. They won't live forever. Sooner than later, there will be a rash of lots and lots of them passing on and things like that. And the next people coming on will be more enlightened. I still don't think that's the group that'll save us. They'll run it for 40 years. And when they pass away, that next group will be the people who are in their 20s now. Those are the people who will probably institute the most change, much to the dismay of the people going out at the time. But the world is just, I mean, the world, all right? But like the PGA has just been ran the same way for 60 years. It's the same sport for 60 years. I mean, we're surprised they haven't limited them to wooden clubs because it was, I mean, I remember there was a time, or what's it called? There was an article
Right.
like back in the day, like saying like, why do we allow this? Why do we allow all this technology in clubs? It's
Let,
supposed to be hard.
let
And it's
me
like, what the hell is wrong with you?
let me say this. Here's my suggestions for PGA Tour. If you wanna get people to watch, right? You want to make it more interesting. If you want to grow the sport, here's my suggestion. Number one, you got to change where the events are. Okay, that's we talked about that. Number
You don't have to change, but you definitely have to add.
well, I don't know that you
If
can
you're
add
not
many
going to
because they play
change,
almost
then you
every
need to
weekend.
add. I don't care.
So
They can play twice a week. Who cares?
yeah, that's true. You could invite but change the event venues. You need to come to some different places because you're not coming to
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Pacific Northwest.
That's fair.
I know that's
Fair.
true. Okay. Number two, I think one tournament every year. Let's make the players carry their own bags.
Yeah. I'm in.
No caddies,
I'm in.
right? Okay. So since we're putting a premium on you being in good physical shape because we're not going to let you cart, then let's make you carry your own bag and let's see how that changes your scoring, right?
Yeah.
For 4 rounds because it's gonna. I guarantee
It's
it's gonna. Somebody's gonna go, shit, that's heavy, right?
Those birdies on the back end aren't
You-
birdies anymore.
You're gonna see a lot
They're
lighter
far
bags out
30
there,
yards
right?
less carry every time.
Right. So and then okay. So then one tournament a year also we allow a golf cart. Just one tournament. Pick one
Little
at
balance,
random.
yeah.
It can change every time, but we allow you to be in golf carts. That's going to change scoring too, right?
And please, if you're gonna pick one, pick the OGA course in Salem because what is that? That eighth hole into the ninth or that seventh into the eighth? That big downhill.
Oh my
and
God.
Big uphill.
Yeah, that's a lot. That was a lot of walking. Yeah, Matt.
That's a test to put anyone through.
Yeah, that was a lot of walking. But you could do things. You could make it different, and then allow them to wear shorts once in a while. Come on, man. What is
I
what
do,
is this?
I
What is
do
this?
not understand
No.
the no shorts thing.
Ni-
I
90.
remember when Tiger Woods didn't wear a collared shirt once. He wore like a
Oh right,
sweater
yeah.
type
It's like
thing.
a
There was uproar.
is like a mock turtle thing, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
People
Oh,
got really
huge.
upset about that. They
What
were
are you
like,
doing?
This is preposterous.
Yeah, preposterous.
like it,
the same
this is
stodgy people.
preposterous.
I don't know, man. I just wear a little more. I mean, you can make that all, make that two different tournaments, but let them in both of those tournaments, the one where they ride in the cart and the one where they carry their own bags. Let them wear shorts. I don't know.
Let them wear shorts. Let them wear.
Let them wear shorts. What is it going to hurt? Oh, we don't want to see legs. What? What is wrong with you people?
We don't want to see legs.
They can still wear pants if they want to. I mean, I don't if you're worried about it, but I mean, I feel like I 99% of the golf world wears shorts when it's July. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
So why are
not
you
at all.
guys still wearing pants? I don't understand. Why it's not going to change the way you actually play and hit the ball, I don't think, and except make it more comfortable.
Except what if it does?
What if it does? Man, I shot my best ever score because I was wearing shorts.
Because I mean, wearing shorts.
And I think if you gave them the option, I think you'd see a lot of them wear shorts. A lot of them.
I'm telling you right now that Bryson DeChambeau is definitely rocking a
Oh yeah.
5 to 6 inch short. He's showing some thighs.
He's gonna go with the shorty shorts with the
He's
inseam with
gonna
the
get
5 inch inseam. I
absolutely,
don't
and
know
there's
about
gonna be
that.
there. A lot of those guys don't have the legs to fill that out, so they
That's
won't.
true.
But he will.
Uh, that's probably funny.
uh,
Super
I
tight. I'm wearing a medium.
I
Anyway.
bet Scotty Scheffler doesn't wear. He's the kind of guy who doesn't wear pants unless he absolutely has to.
And then you can have those. Then you can have at the end of the year, you can at your golf awards, you can have, hey, who has the best legs? You can judge because not everyone was wearing pants. You could see them.
Best calf award.
Best calf award, right? Yeah, exactly. Anyway, all right.
Yeah,
So there's that. That wasn't even
important
on
stuff.
our. That wasn't even on our. But let's move on.
Yeah.
College baseball, super important, right?
Okay.
Lehigh baseball set a Division I record by scoring 20 runs in the first inning of a 38-6 win over Coppin State on Tuesday.
Coppin State is that
Coppin
D1
State.
also?
That's also, yeah, officially. Baseball has a lot of D1 teams.
Yeah.
Eight Mountain Hawk. That's the Lehigh team. 8 Mountain Hawk players had reached base in the top of the first inning. 5 runs were scored, and then the Eagles made a pitching change. The Eagles are Coppin State. Made a
Yep.
pitching change before recording the first out. The remaining 15 runs came across before out 2. Okay, hold on. This gets better. Runs 4 through 16. If you're scoring at home, that's 13 runs. Runs 4 through 16 were all scored on walks, hit by pitches, or wild pitches.
Huh.
And that's when first baseman Owen Wallawander, and I don't know if it's Whale Wander or Wallawander. I can't tell you because it doesn't have pronunciation, but it's spelled Wale Wander. He closed out the mayhem with a grand slam to make it 20-0.
Yowzers.
Let's just say this: Lehigh had 23 plate appearances during the inning, 11 walks, 6 hit by pitches, 3 hits.
I'm not saying that the mercy rule should exist in like competitive sports because I think it's good for like young kids and rec sports. But come on,
This was a
20 in the first. Jesus,
on
you're clearly not
th-
here to play.
on 3 hits. They only had 3 hits, but 11 walks and 6 hit by pitches. That's 17 players on base just from those. Oh my God!
Jeez
And
Louise.
and the 20 runs broke the previous record of a first inning of 18 set by Princeton in 1974. So it was a 52-year-old record. Anyway, they came up just shy of the Division I record for runs in any inning, which is George Mason scored 23 in the second inning of a 2025 game against Holy Cross. So there you go.
How exciting.
I know, right? But it's the 3 hits are what killed me. I was like, 3 hits? They only got 3 hits and scored 20 runs.
20
Do
runs
you know
on
how
3
bad your
hits.
pitchers have to be?
If 3 of them are grand slams, that's still only 12. You
Well,
have
only-
another 8 runs that don't
Yeah.
count for any hits.
Only one hit was a grand slam. That was the last one.
Yeah, I know.
That made it
it's just
20. That's crazy. It's crazy. Anyway,
Yeah.
all right. Let's also talk about the fact that the NFL has begun onboarding potential replacement officials.
Yep.
Expiration of the collective bargaining agreement is approaching. The question is, can you get them ready already? Because that's one of the legal challenges they had was you can't have people ready to replace us because that's not okay, right? That means you're not bargaining in good faith when you bargain.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that's still happening. But anyway, I'm just saying they're working on it. So
I'm sure that after the last labor dispute, there's some language in that CBA that involves like, hey, we can do certain things to prepare ourselves for a
Yeah.
strike. Like, and so what I'm reading here is that the training sessions the earliest they could start is May 1st. So
Yeah.
they can't start yet. Which I think the CBA expires on May 31st, but right now they're just doing like physicals and background checks and things like that. So making the phone calls, but I mean,
right.
I don't. If the refs don't want a ref, let's get other refs. I don't have a problem with
Yeah,
this.
I don't have a problem with new refs. That's not an
We've
issue.
had an issue with the fact that we've had the same refs year in and year
I-
out, and it kind
what
of
I-
seems like it gets a little stale sometimes with the way they call things.
What I'm going to have a problem with is people complaining about the replacement refs because you know
But
that's
people
coming.
complain about the
Well,
regular
it's
refs
true. It's
anyways.
true, but they're going to complain more because
If
this guy he doesn't know anything because he's never been an NFL. I
the
get it.
first time Patrick Mahomes doesn't get a roughing the passer call,
Yeah.
the Chiefs' kingdom is going
Oh
to be
yeah.
out in force about how terrible replacement refs are.
Right.
But
Well,
Patrick Mahomes got his fewest roughing the passer calls in his career last year.
to be
And there wasn't a whole lot of outcry for it last year. So it's just people are going to pick and choose the battle that suits their argument.
it's true. To be completely fair, we watched um we watched Justin Herbert get roughed up on calls that
Mm-hmm.
should have been called and weren't called multiple times last year by the
Multiple
regular
times
refs. Yeah,
by the regular
so
refs.
I don't. They weren't calling as much on the quarterbacks last year. It didn't seem right. You know
They
what I
they
mean?
they they pulled back on it. I
Yeah.
definitely remember there was a league thing beforehand where it's like,
Right.
hey, we've got an emphasis on
Yeah.
this, and one of those things was like, arbitrary roughing the passer calls and things like that. So
Yeah. All right. So also, the Major League Baseball Players Association has fired two of its top executives with cause Wednesday. That's today, by the way, if you're following.
with cause, huh?
Yeah, with following an internal investigation players commissioned in the wake of a federal investigation into alleged financial improprieties at the union. The firings of Xavier James, the union's chief operating officer, and Michael O'Neill, the head of human resources, follow the resignation of executive director Tony Clark in February. The Eastern District of New York last year launched an investigation into the union, focusing its inquiry on a number of the MLBPA's sprawling business interests. So there's some financial irregularities going on, and they're clearing house. So MLBPA, interesting, right? Chris Capuano.
Wi-
Go ahead.
Financial irregularities with the PA.
With the
Come on,
players
like,
association, right? Like the money
come
that they're
on.
paying the PA, and it's a union, so union dues somewhere they're not going to where they're supposed to, or
Right.
whatever, right? So
And if there's one thing we know is that big corporations, big government are anti-union.
that's
And
true.
I'm willing to bet you that what's his name, Rob Manfred.
Yeah,
Manfred, is that the MLB's commissioner?
commissioner didn't isn't he still? Is he
Is that
still? Okay, dang it! Now I got to
I,
look it up
I
because
I thought he had one
yes,
more year.
yes, he's still a
I
commissioner.
couldn't remember.
Yeah,
Okay, yes, I don't know when he's on his way. Oh, it's set to expire in 2029. So you got
yeah,
a while. Yeah,
he's got
he'll
a
be there
while.
for a bit. I guarantee you, he's pretty good friends because it said the Department of Justice was investigating them.
Yes,
Again, the Department of Justice or what's it called? Our government hates unions.
yeah.
So it kind of tracks that there'd be something going on with this. I'd be curious to know more. Like, what sprawling business ventures? What are you
We
talking
we
about?
don't. I mean, right? So
You
there's
fired
probably
people, but you can't
more.
tell us exactly why you fired them.
Yeah, yeah.
It's questionable. But you didn't fire the CEO. You fired the COO and the
Well,
head of human resources.
the executive director resigned in February.
Oh, maybe he knew
So
something
he
was
knew
coming.
something was happening, right? Exactly.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
So who knows? But yeah. So the top three at least people are gone. So interesting. I find that interesting. I just
It is interesting. Yeah,
it's
I
going
agree.
to be it plays into negotiations for CBA. I mean all kinds of things, right? So I don't
When is
know.
the next MLB CBA next year?
I don't know. Can we bet on it now? I mean, because you can bet on futures of everything, right? Will the
Yes,
CBA
the
be?
the next MLB is
Yeah.
supposed to go on. Oh, December 1st, 2026
Oh, there you
expires.
go.
Yep.
It's coming up soon.
Yeah. Now it seems like a good time to start kicking people out and ruffling up some feathers.
Kicking people out. Let's talk about the Masters, shall we?
Sure.
Because we can. So Rory McIlroy playing in his 18th Masters, by the way, and having finished no higher than his average finish prior to last year was 11 and a half, right? So 12th,
Okay.
which I mean it's decent. That's still going to earn you a lot of money. But he became the fourth player in the history of the Masters to win back-to-back Masters by winning this year, joining Jack Nicklaus, Nick Faldo, and Tiger Woods as back-to-back champions. So he's only four players have ever done it. And I still haven't looked this up, and you might want to look this up while I'm talking. I
Yeah.
I don't know how many current living Masters champions there are.
Ooh.
But
Okay, I
but
got you.
but look that up while we're talking about this. Rory held off Scotty Scheffler. Rory had the largest second round lead at the end of the second round ever at the Masters, which was 6 strokes. He had a he was minus 12. He was 12 under. He had a 6 shot lead, and then he shot even par for 2 rounds, which is pretty
Okay.
good at the Masters. That's a tough course. So, but he only won by 1 over Scotty Scheffler, who played even par for the first 2 rounds, and then went on a charge, but he couldn't quite catch him.
Yeah.
So, Scotty Scheffler finished in second, 1 shot back. Four-way tie for third between Terrell Hatton, Russell Henley, Justin Rose, Cameron. I felt sorry for Justin Rose. I watched him. I watched the final round. He was struggling. He just couldn't quite. He had the lead at one point in the fourth round, and he couldn't hold on to it. It
Just
just
couldn't put it together.
yeah. And Cameron Young, who had I don't know how many pars in a row, he could not get a birdie. There were a whole
Yeah.
bunch of players that were there, and they were on the verge of doing something, and they just couldn't quite. Rory wasn't doing anything. He was playing par. But nobody
Yeah.
else could do anything either except Scotty Scheffler, who was so far back that he couldn't quite catch up. But anyway,
Yeah.
so there was that. So that Rory wins $4.5 million, by the way, for winning the Masters.
Of course he did.
Scotty got a paltry $2.4 million for that for finishing second. Just FYI. So how many is it?
So there are currently 35 living Masters champions
And
out of 56 winners.
the reason, see, there's only been 56 winners. They've been playing this since 1937, I think.
34.
34? Okay. This is like the, what did we say, 90 something Masters?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, so only 30, what? 34?
35.
35 living. Somebody mentioned this. They were talking about, so the winner of the Masters gets to pick next year's dinner, the menu. Okay, so Rory got to pick this year's menu, right, for the dinner, which they have on Wednesday night,
Right.
before it starts. And someone, I think it was Jim Nance, who was doing something. He goes, it has to be the most exclusive dinner in all of sports for sure. He goes, maybe ever. He goes, the amount of winners that are actually at the dinner is tiny compared. I mean, you have to have won the Masters to go to the dinner.
Right.
And so, how many of that? There's only 35 living, and how many of them are going? Right, maybe 5 or 6 of them are not. They're too old, or they're, you know what I mean. So you're looking at 30 guys having dinner together that have won the Masters, and there's just not that many guys. So it's a very exclusive dinner to go to.
Yeah.
But spared no expense. They spent a lot of money on food. Just FYI, I can't remember. I looked at the menu and I was like, oh my gosh. It's crazy.
Yeah,
But
it's typical rich people food,
It
filet,
is. It
things like
is.
that. If you had to guess, who's the oldest living winner?
The oldest living winner. Well, that's a great question. I don't know the answer to this off the top of my head, and I feel like I should know this.
A hint? Do you want a hint?
No. Yes and no. I do and I don't. Okay, so I don't know if he's dead or not.
Who do you got?
This plays into I don't know if he's dead or not. Gary Player.
That's correct.
Okay.
The oldest living winner.
I think he's going to live forever. First of all, I'm
Yeah.
going to tell you my Masters story while we're talking about Gary Player. I've been to 2 Masters practice rounds.
Right.
One ticket's in a lottery, and the first one, it was like $20. They cost me $20 to go to a practice round of the Masters, which was the Monday practice round. The very first one I went to. Second one was a Wednesday, which includes the par 3 tournament. It was a little more expensive. I want to say it was $30. Anyway, they were nothing. But the very first one I went to, Gary Player. I'm on the 16th tee. 16th is a par 3, and we're on the 16th tee box, and Gary Player is coming up doing his practice round, and he looks at where the pin is, right, which is on this top tier of this 2-tiered green, right? It's way at the back. I don't know how far that hole is. I'll be honest, I don't know. It's a long ways. But he goes, wow. He goes, that is way out there. And then he looks at this guy in the crowd, just points to a guy, maybe 4 or 5 guys down from where I'm at. And he points to this guy and he goes, you think I can put it up on there? And the guy goes, yeah, you can do it. He goes, I'll make you a deal. Gary Player goes, I'll make you a deal. He goes, if I put it on that top tier and it stays up there, he goes, I'm going to give you my player's pin. What the player's pin allows you to do is access everything.
Sure.
I mean, you have access to everything a player has access to. He goes, I'm going to give you my player's pin if I put it up there and the ball stays up there. He steps up to that tee. He didn't even take a practice swing. Just whack. And it just stuck about a foot from the hole. Shmah. And he takes that pin off of his hat and he hands it to that dude and goes, "Here you go." I was like, "You got to be kidding me. This just happened like 10 feet from where I'm at. Maybe 15 at most." I'm like, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen. And that pin that he gave him is worth, I don't know. It's invaluable. I don't even know if you can put a price on it because you have to be a player to get one.
Right.
Yeah. So he has access to all of the rounds. He has access to the clubhouse. He has access to all these things because he's got a player's pin now. And I was like, this is ridiculous. Anyway, that's my story.
I'd be willing to bet. So I'm trying to figure out if they still do this. It doesn't, because I looked online and you can find people who are selling them. People have gotten them out there.
Players'
They're
pins?
numbered. They say the player's number on it.
Yeah.
You know, player 72. Here's one that's for sale. Player 72 from 1960 Augusta National
Sure.
Golf Club, like that sort of thing. So they still do them, but I cannot find a picture of one newer than the 80s.
Really?
Oh, no. There's 2001. Okay.
Okay, there you go. The one I went to was
2013. There's in there. Okay, we're getting closer.
I went to
I
97.
don't see them.
97 was the one I went to. So the first one. And then the second one I went to was, I don't remember what year that was. 2000. We were living in Clarksville, Tennessee. So it was like 2003 or 4
Yeah.
when I went to the second one. But yeah.
But it does not appear. It says they still receive identifying player pins to access exclusive areas. However, my guess is that if a guy took off his pin and gave it to you,
You wouldn't get all the things.
you would not.
Yeah.
No. They'd be like, "Oh, good for you. Maybe we'll let you go in this area or that area." But like, they're not letting you go into the clubhouse.
Right.
They're not letting it.
There's
Doesn't
probably
matter that you have the
credentials
pin.
involved, right?
Yeah, there's other stuff
Right.
involved with it, and your
But-
caddy carries those things.
But it makes me wonder. If someone like Gary Player, who would
still cool though.
who would do that, would probably he might have been enough to go to the people and say, "Hey, listen, he's going to go where I go." You know what I mean?
Well,
this is
all
my
right.
good luck charm. He's going to go where I go the rest of the day.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
If he's gonna go with you,
Yeah, then
there's nowhere you can't go. If Tiger
Right.
Woods is escorting you, you can go
Yeah,
anywhere. Rory
absolutely.
McIlroy is escorting, you're good. But if you're trying to walk into a different area without
it might
them,
not work as good.
I think you're gonna hit a wall. That's what I'm saying.
It was just an amazing
It's cool, though.
moment to witness. You're like, holy crap!
That's
yeah.
really cool.
Yeah.
Good for him.
And he was old at the time. I mean, this this was what I say it was 1997, so it was 30 years ago.
Well,
But
he
he
won
was
his last Masters in '78.
Well, I was gonna say he was 70 when he did it in '97 when this happened. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, something.
What a
like that.
time to be alive.
Not quite 70. He was 60 something. But yeah, anyway, Gary Player is one of those guys. I think if you had a chance to sit down with some golfers and listen to what they say, get stories, Gary Player is one of those guys you'd want to listen to. He tells a good story. And he's a talker. Just FYI. It's just from we watched him on a number of different holes, and he's a talker. Yeah, anyway, I think that'd be fun. Anyway, there you go. What were we talking about? The Masters? Is it over? Did we talk about the Masters? We're done?
Yeah, we talked about it.
Okay, good. Let's move. You ready?
Yep.
National Lacrosse League. Let's talk about the Mammoth. First of all, let's get off of this picture. We're going to go to this one first. Colorado, the Mammoth, rode an 8-1 halftime lead, which was dominating. And I'm not going to lie. That's the most dominating half of lacrosse I've watched. And I haven't been watching that long. It's true. It's fair. But this was amazing. The defense was good. The offense was scoring goals. Everything was clicking for Colorado without Andrew Q, their leading scorer. And 8-1 at halftime was what I felt was insurmountable. There was no way anybody was coming back from that. However, let's just say this. Saskatchewan Rush scores 4 goals in 33 seconds in the third quarter. 33 let me say that again. 4 goals in 33 seconds to cut the lead to 8-5. And it was all of a sudden sketchy, right? I mean, it was all of a sudden this feeling of okay. And then it was kind of a little back and forth, and they got close, and then Jack Hanna would take over and score a goal in the second half. Jack Hanna scored all 4 of his goals in the second half. 3 of them literally broke momentum, broke scoring streaks for the Rush. And Colorado hung on for a 13-11 win. And how big was the win? It vaulted them into first place. and it sent Saskatchewan down to fifth.
Down to fifth.
Down to
Yeah.
fifth. That's a long ways to fall. However, they've lost like 6 of 7. So
They
uh,
literally I don't want to say every good team. The majority of the good teams they've played, they've lost to. They have a bunch of wins early in the year over teams that were struggling. Wins over Ottawa, San Diego, Las Vegas, Halifax, Rochester, Oshawa. Teams, they beat all those teams just like
right.
we did. But
Yep.
then they stopped beating good teams.
Right. So
So
so the standings now mean there's one game left for Colorado. They play at Calgary next Saturday. Um, and it's at 6 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. If you want to watch it, it's on ESPN Plus. Everything's on ESPN Plus. This game was on ESPNU, by the way, the one against Saskatchewan. I got to watch it on real TV.
big time.
The big time. I'm going to say this. We tune in, and I watched. I got to see the announcers, the two announcers for there's a play-by-play guy and there's a color guy.
Yeah.
The play-by-play guy is a blonde, tall, skinny, mullet-wearing Canadian, first of all, because I can tell by the accent, right? Not that that's anything, but I'm just
I like
saying
that.
he was definitely from Canada. He sounded the entire time like he was drunk, and I'm not joking. He was slurring words. He had trouble pronouncing certain things. There was a lot
Well,
of
it is Canada.
and I mean, yeah, I mean, okay. And the guy that was with him, shorter, heavier set, bald guy, and I don't remember his name, but I don't remember either of their names, to be honest with you. But the shoulder, heavier set, bald guy was way too excited about way too many things that were not exciting. And he was the excitement compared to the other dude. The play-by-play dude he was half there, and it was so it was so interesting to listen to your mom. Your mom midway through the second quarter, I said that dude's drunk. There's just no way he's not drunk,
So the
right?
guys you're talking about are Cody Jansen and John Fraser. Those are the
Okay.
two dudes. Yeah. Cody
Cody was
Jansen's the tall one.
yeah.
Yep. And
Oh yeah.
John Fraser's the color commentator, the short guy.
And I don't know if Cody's got some speech impediment or if he's got some
He's a
issues.
former player, so it's
I'm sure he
possible.
is.
It's possible.
He got beat too many times, but
I mean,
but he was
Jack Hanna played one season in Colorado and is coming out of it with 3 less teeth. So
so
it's surprising. It wouldn't be
he
surprising to me if somebody took a couple of shots.
it was so interesting to listen to because after I said it, your mom's looking at me every time he'd say something like, "Oh my God, I think he is," and I'm like, I don't know for sure, but he definitely has there's some problems here. He doesn't. It's not coherent sometimes. It was weird. And the other guy, so excited about everything that was not, I mean, anything. But he
Actually,
was.
Cody Jansen played hockey, by the way.
Oh, really? There you go.
He's a goalie. Oh well,
That skinny guy
this tall, skinny guy, Cody Jansen.
was a
Yeah, well,
goalie.
there's your answer. He's
He
a
got hit by too
goalie.
many bucks.
He's been taking pucks to the head for
Oh
20
my
years.
God. All right. Well, Colorado survives 10 second half goals by Saskatchewan to win 13-11. Like I said, 5 well-timed goals in the second half was really all it took. But it was, I mean, 13 goals is a lot of goals. You're going to win a lot of games if you score 13 goals.
You're gonna give, yeah.
yeah.
It definitely helps to. I think
Yeah.
I think the number that I put in my head is you have to give up less than 10 and score more than 13 or more. That guarantees you a win.
And
We didn't quite do that. It was a little tighter than that.
if you can get
But,
if you can get 13 without your top scorer, that's saying something. Yes, Jack Hanna's good. He scored 4. And yeah, there was crap. Why am I not thinking of his name now?
Will Malcolm?
Yeah. So he was the first half spark plug.
Yeah.
Jack Hanna was the second half spark plug.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was interesting to watch this game. This was an interesting game. Jake Nasso, I think that's how they pronounce it. Nasso. It was the
NASO, yeah.
NASO. Yeah, he's like the face-off guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he twice. Once he scored on it, he immediately. I mean, he went right down. He took a face-off and went right down and scored. Now this was after Matthew Pilato was out with his injury.
With his injury,
Yeah, that was rough because that was a turning point in the game. That he controlled. We had been mentioning. I have been saying this ever since I started watching. He's really good at getting the ball on a faceoff. He's really good at it.
Yeah, he's got a knack for it.
Yeah.
He's fast and he's got
Yeah.
a knack for what he's doing.
Yeah, and so having him out, then all of a sudden were losing faceoffs. Colorado's losing a faceoff, and they're losing another faceoff. And then not only are they losing the faceoff, they're scoring on the faceoffs. And Nassau literally, I think twice, I'm not sure, it was definitely once, I want to say it was twice, he took the ball and ran down and scored. And you're like, that was like two more goals than he had 2 goals all year.
Yeah.
And he scored twice in this game from faceoffs. And I was like, holy moly. But anyway.
If it helps you kind of track it, Matthew Pilato is eighth in the league in faceoff, was tied for eighth in the league in faceoff percentage at 58%. Nassau is actually sixth in the league at
Oh, there you go.
66%. But Pilato was dominating him
Yeah.
through the
Oh, he
other parts
was
of
for
that
sure.
game. Yeah.
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 Yeah. I mean, Colorado owned this game. I mean, 2:53 left in the second quarter was the first goal by Saskatchewan. And I thought it was going to be a shutout. Up until that point, I thought for sure this was going to be a shutout at halftime. 4 power play goals in the first half. Now, Saskatchewan didn't do themselves any favors by getting penalties.
A lot of penalties.
Yeah, because Colorado ended up with 5 power play goals in this game, so that hurt a lot. But yeah, it was a good game. I mean, it was good to watch. It was fun to watch the second half and the comeback, and then I mean, just enough offense, just enough defense. I thought Jack Hanna was going to get crushed on the final possession of Colorado's, but he managed to avoid a lot of people and hold on to the ball for the 30 seconds, which I'm not sure I would have. But he did it. And yeah, you got to do what you got to do to win, right? At that point. He might be, and they were saying it on TV, and they're probably right, might be the best pickup this season for sure of any team.
Oh, I mean, our GM, Brad Self, he's probably going to win GM of the year, considering they had I think it was a 4-win, 5-win year last year.
Yeah.
They had a terrible year last year. And this year you picked up Andrew Q, the league's leading scorer, right? And that's the other thing. Andrew Q is the league's leading scorer.
Yeah.
Well, he's not anymore, but he's actually he's actually 2 below. But going into last week, he was the league's leading scorer with 3 less games than everyone else. Yeah. Currently, the guy who's ahead of him has 47 goals on 17 games. He's got 45 on 12. He's got 5 less games than the guy who's 2 goals ahead of him.
Yeah.
Like, Andrew Q is an amazing pickup. And then you follow that up by picking up Jack Hanna. You throw in the Dylan McIntosh signing in the preseason.
Yeah.
Like, these are great pickups from an offensive standpoint. I mean, we've got one of the most dangerous offenses in the league. Like, when all these guys are healthy, it's wonderful.
So where has Jamison Bucktooth been hiding all year? I didn't see him until this game. Apparently he's played in 4 games. But
we've asked him, where the hell have you been?
But he was all over the place in this game. I mean, you saw him a lot.
He showed out for this one.
Yeah.
He's one of our rookie signings.
Yep.
So he was a draft signee, and whenever they draft guys, usually they don't get playing time unless they're like standouts. Braden Saris is a great example. He's a standout.
Yeah.
He got playing time right away. Connor Knott got playing time. Jameson was a little farther down, but preseason looked good. The season came, and there were some decisions to be made about practice roster and regular roster,
right.
And he got relegated to the practice roster. So every time he's been brought up, it's been because of injuries.
Okay.
So it's kind of forced him into a moment to look at the spotlight. And unfortunately, from a goal scoring standpoint, not from a play standpoint, from a goal scoring standpoint, he hadn't done much with those opportunities. But this game, he was doing everything right.
Yeah,
everything right.
Yeah, he was out there with he's got a goal and an assist. He was he was good. I mean,
and he gets a lot less minutes than everyone else. Like, so than all the other offensive guys. So they shift in and out, but he's in it a little less. So the fact that he walks away from this with some stats is a great thing for us.
Yeah, and 5 loose balls. That that was helpful because there was a lot of times. Robert Hope is your loose ball guy. He manages to find the ball for whatever reason, but I mean, he's defender, right? So he
should.
Yeah, he should. Yeah, he should find the loose balls. But he had 16 loose balls in this game, and by far, by 10. Was the most compared to anybody else. But like I said, Jamison Bucktooth, I hadn't seen him play. I don't remember him being in a game all year. And now all of a sudden there he was, and he was everywhere. And I was like, yeah, this guy's good. So, yeah.
He probably only gets 15 minutes a game, whereas like a normal offensive unit is close to 30.
Is Hope the captain?
Yeah, Robert Hope's the captain.
Okay, good. I was gonna say, I think that's right. I think you watch him talking to referees and doing whatnot, but yeah, he. I don't know if that's your prototypical lacrosse size. He's tall.
He is tall, and no,
He's
he is
skinny,
not. He
right?
is not your prototypical lacrosse size.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
undersized a
a
little.
little lanky
Yeah.
for the position. However, we drafted Connor Knock, and I don't know if you ever watch
Yeah.
those guys play side by side. They have like identical builds.
Oh
It's
wow. Yeah.
it's kind of nice, and Connor Knock's been great for us. But I'd say your typical defender looks more like Warren Jeffrey, kind of like a tank.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, tall but
Built,
dense.
but built. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely built
Yeah,
to put out
either that or
punishment.
they're short but built.
I
Like we're
think.
talking, these are your big calf guys
Well,
usually.
I think the lankiness helps Hope get to loose balls. I think he actually can reach out and grab things better. You know what I mean? That's what he does. So
Yeah, he's
yeah,
wonderful.
yeah, it was interesting to watch. Anyway, so yeah, one game left at Calgary. I'm not sure that you have to win it to be number one if everyone else loses, but
So if we win, we're the number one overall seed.
right, but
If we don't, we need Vancouver and either Georgia or Buffalo to lose.
so Vancouver's playing Philadelphia at home.
Should be a win.
Saskatchewan plays Toronto at home. That's a pretty big game for
That's a
seeding.
huge game
Yeah.
for Sask.
Yes.
If they lose that game, they're going to be sixth.
Georgia plays at home against Rochester. You have
Georgia, yeah,
yeah,
that's a game they should win too.
that game they should win. The Colorado Calgary game is bigger for Calgary. Is Calgary out? They're still
Calgary's out. They're eliminated.
okay, so they may not have that big a deal. But you have a couple other games where you're also going to have Georgia and Rochester playing again on Sunday. They play two games, so they play in Georgia Saturday, at Rochester Sunday, and then you have the San Diego Vegas double, which is Friday in San Diego, Saturday in Vegas. So those games are huge in terms of seeding and whatnot. I know those teams are at the bottom of the, San Diego's right there, right in the standings.
There are four teams vying for the final two spots:
Yeah.
Halifax, Ottawa, Las Vegas, and San Diego.
Yeah.
They can all be as high as 7 or all be as low as 10.
Right.
Like so,
Crazy.
everything has to happen in very specific ways. This weekend, Sask, Buffalo, Toronto, and Georgia are trying to become hosts, but they can all finish as low as 5th, as high as 2nd.
Right. Oh,
no, sorry, as high as 1st. Because Buffalo could be 1st, Georgia could be 1st if the right things happen.
right.
So, yeah, it's still anyone's ballgame. I think from a Mammoth standpoint, the lowest we can finish is 3rd.
Yeah.
So I mean, no matter what, we're in a really good position. But
Yeah. It's
yeah,
good.
you just gotta win. Just win, baby.
Just win, baby. Yeah. And it's it's interesting. Colorado's now the leading scoring team in the league at 198 goals. So more than Saskatchewan now, who has 196. So
Happens when you lose a couple games in a row.
however, there are teams like Georgia who has an extra game in hand, right? There are a couple of those teams: San Diego, Las Vegas, Rochester. But Rochester's got 187 goals. They're right there, right? They got 2 games left to play. Okay, but they've also given up 209 goals, and that's a lot of goals. So
Rochester's also eliminated from the playoffs. So
agreed. So there's
at this point, they're just scoring to score.
Hey, man, just don't play defense. Just go all out on offense. Just put in on anyway. There's no, I don't know. There's nothing to really play for at that point, right? But pride, numbers, right? For your renegotiation.
You nailed it. It's pride.
It's pride. Anyway, a lot of fun. So next Saturday, Colorado at Calgary, 6 p.m. Pacific. That's on ESPN Plus. If you're watching it, that's 7 p.m. Central. If you're, if you're in Colorado.
If you're paying attention, yeah.
If you're paying attention, which you should be. Let's talk about the NBA. Bam Adebayo went down hard. How did Bam Adebayo go down? Oh yeah, LaMelo Ball tripped him. So not called on the floor, but you can see it on the replay for sure. He grabbed his foot.
You've got an ad playing on your end, by the way. It's coming through.
It's not okay. Well, it's not. It should be on mute. Everything should be on mute. You still hear it?
No, it's gone now. It just ended. Yep. Sorry, it started popping through, so I wanted to stop it for too much.
The whole website's on mute. I don't know how it's playing anything.
Hey, it is what it is.
We don't know.
So you were saying Bam Adebayo went down.
He went down, and I said, "Why did he go down?" Well, that's because LaMelo Ball tripped him.
100%.
Yeah, he grabbed his foot, and yeah.
I tried to find a picture of him tripping him. Apparently, no photographers had their cameras up at that point.
No, there's a
The
video.
damnedest thing.
There's a
There's tons of
video of it,
videos
yeah, but
and
there's no
clips of the
pictures.
videos. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I wanted like a high res photo of him like
sure.
grabbing his
Oh,
foot.
he for sure is
Doesn't exist.
got a
And
hold of it.
apparently he did this a couple years ago.
I mean,
There's a picture of him tripping Bam the same way 2 years ago.
yeah. Well, Bam went down hard. We don't know exactly how hard.
It looks like a back injury of some
Yeah,
sort.
yeah, but that's definitely it would have been a bigger thing had they won. Right? I mean, so Charlotte wins in overtime. Which
Well,
which, is yeah, let me back up here because I'm trying to find there it is. So Charlotte wins in overtime 127-126. So the Heat are out. So it's not as huge a deal as it would be moving forward if the Heat had won, right?
agreed, but it's a big
Oh,
deal because
that's
without Bam in that game,
they would have won.
This doesn't go that way.
Agreed, but that's not what I'm saying. What I'm getting, and I agree with you. What I'm saying is, I don't know what kind of punishment they're going to dish out to LaMelo Ball moving forward, right?
Oh, I think it's gonna be an after the playoffs thing.
Yeah, maybe, but it should be right now, right? He should get suspended because that's intentional, right? That should have been a flagrant when it happened. No one saw it, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I get it. But anyway, I feel like it should be an immediate.
So they fined
something.
him $60,000 and
Oh, they've already done it?
assessed him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and assessed him a flagrant 2 on like
Okay.
the record. Great. What the
But
fuck does that do?
Nothing. Does nothing.
That does nothing. That's so stupid.
Because
That's
he.
so stupid.
So wait a minute. You assessed the flagrant 2. Does that mean he gets free throws? And they could have won?
Hey, now we're talking.
Right,
What's
they
Bam
should've-
Adebayo's free throw percentage? If it's over 70, let's give him 1. Let's say he misses the next on a coin flip.
We're at least going
It's
to
a
double
tie
OT.
game. We gotta play a double OT now.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
And Melo got a flagrant 2, so he's out for double OT.
Yeah, anyway. Miles Bridges, 28 points, 9 rebounds for Charlotte. Davion Mitchell, 28.6 assists for Miami. It was a pretty even game once Bam went out.
It doesn't. Oh, dude.
I know. I hear. I got it.
Oh, it's back.
Okay. Well, what's back? Can you hear me? Nobody stopped talking to me. Am I out? Is there something going on?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. All right. I can't
Something's
tell
happening.
if there's something's happening. I
Hey,
have
you
no
can
idea.
hear my voice sometimes.
I can hear you for the most part.
My voice is coming through sometimes.
On your end or on my end?
Okay. Can you hear me? Hold on. Can you hear me right now? Speak fast.
Yes.
Oh, there's a big delay. There's a massive delay. It's like 4 seconds.
Wow. I see. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. It's probably just a little bit of internet lag and things like that. Yeah. It's Charlotte.
Anyway, Portland Trailblazers win 114-110 over the Suns in the second game. Thanks to Denny Avdia. I believe that's how we're pronouncing it.
I thought it was called Advia.
It may be, well, it's AVD, so Avdia? Avdia? Or, I don't know. I'll be fair, I don't know. But anyway, he scored 41 points, 7 boards, and 12 assists. And the Blazers...
You're right. It's Avdia. That's right.
Avdia,
Yep.
yeah.
Avdia.
And the Blazers were losing in the fourth quarter by 11 at one point.
Boy, they tried to lose it. You have an ad playing, by the way.
I can't. There's no way I can know this.
You can't.
It's
open
on.
ESPN. ESPN's a pain in the butt.
It's on mute. The site is on mute. There is nothing that should be playing. I don't understand. I can't.
ESPN's a pain.
But I do this all the time. We do this all the time, and I have it on mute, and so that the ads don't play. And now the ads are playing despite the mute.
Part of this Microsoft shenanigans.
I don't even know. This is so stupid.
Yeah.
So every time I change it, something's gonna happen, and this is dumb.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah. They were down 11 at one point in the fourth quarter. That's a lot. I mean, that's a lot to overcome. But
it looked rough. I was watching it through the fourth quarter, and I was like, "This is not going well."
And then they make a run, right? They cut it to 3, and then Phoenix goes on a little run and put it back up to 8, and then Portland managed to kind of, clamp down and get the win. I don't know. Neither team was better than the other team. The stats look similar in terms of field goal percentage, 3-point, free throw, turnovers, all that stuff is kind of equal.
Which tracks because it was a close game.
Because it was a close game, yeah. But Phoenix was the 7th seed. Now Phoenix is playing for their life. They've got to play a play-in game tomorrow. It's not tonight, right? It's tomorrow. They're not playing
Tomorrow.
tonight.
And their reward is if they win it, they get Oklahoma City.
They get Oklahoma City. Well, Portland's reward was to get San Antonio, who's pretty hot
Which
coming
I'll
in now.
take that over Oklahoma City.
I suppose it's not a huge upgrade, but it's okay. I mean, yeah. So the playoffs are going to be, anyway. Yeah, it was a interesting basketball game to watch. It was back and forth. There was a lot going on there. I'm not a big fan of those uniforms. Just FYI.
Yeah, I think they kind of remind me of like summer league uniforms where they
Yeah.
put a big logo on the front. Yeah, and also I don't like the off-placed numbers with a centered logo. It's just,
Right.
it's a strange looking uniform. Definitely not my favorite. I do love the monotone red, like bright red kind
the
of
red
looking
part
uniforms.
is okay, yeah.
But like, because our normal red uniforms have more white and more black in them on the tops. But I don't know. Yeah, you're right. These are just they're all right.
If you had the regular stripes, right, the white and black stripes with the white and black down the pants and across, diagonally across the jersey,
Yeah.
that would look better. I'd be all right with it, but because I like the red,
strange.
I like the red uniforms. Red uniforms, the Blazers never wore back in the day.
They just wore black and white all the time.
Yeah,
right?
it was black and white, and yeah, and then all of a sudden they put out these red uniforms. That was in the mid '80s. They wore them like once a year, and they were so cool looking. You're like, oh, look at the red. But yeah, now it's a thing. They wear it all.
By the way, the reason I put this picture of Donovan Clingan in here is because this wasn't called a foul.
I mean, it doesn't look like a foul. He's
spider monkeying him.
He's climbing
him.
He's
climbing on Donovan Clingan, and they were like, nah, let it play.
Climbing him, hitting him in the face. He's doing all kinds of shit there.
Like, that's insane. Like, I know that the league was trying to put an emphasis this year on like managing interior calls. If a guy's going to run down low and try and bang, then kind of let it play out a little bit versus like calls on the perimeter, like those are, if there's contact out there shouldn't be, more or less. But like this symbolizes what's wrong, is that this happened, and this was in the third quarter.
Yeah.
And this is when we were starting to fall off and they were starting to take the lead.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, I mean, that looks.
I watched Dylan Brooks get like 4 technicals that weren't called.
It looks legit right here. I mean, this looks.
This looks like the NBA. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, if you touch LeBron like this, you're gonna be banned for life. Just FYI.
Buddy, you're gonna lose your sponsorships. Everything's Just
Yep.
get this guy out of here. We're done with him.
If you were watching the rest of the NBA today, Philadelphia beat Orlando 109-97. And then the Clippers are beating Golden State 86-78 in the third. That's on Prime Video now. That's a tough game. That's a loser out thing, and the winner gets to play who? Phoenix for the 8th seed.
Right.
Let me just say this: they're doing it differently between the East and the West. Why are they doing this differently? And the reason I say that,
you have an ad playing.
Oh God. Every time I click on something, I'm going to have an ad playing, even though it's muted. Yep. So why can't I unmute it and then remute it? Maybe that'll work. I don't know. Anyway, so it's not supposed to play.
So what are they doing differently between the two of them? I didn't see one.
So let's just see this. So last night, the Blazers and Suns played. That's 8 and 7. Right?
Oh, you're talking about how they did the 8-7, 9-8, 9-10 one night for both leagues, and then they're doing the opposite 8-7, 9-10 for the other leagues.
Well,
versus having both 9-10 games at the same time and both 8-7 games at the same time.
Right. So this the way they're doing it for the West makes sense. This is 8 and 7, right? The winner automatically in. Loser gets to wait for the other game. They get a day off, right?
Right.
Okay. The East, they played the 10 and 9 right away, and now you got to play the 8-7, and then they have to play again. The winner of that game, the loser of that game is going to have to play again. You're punishing that team. You're not giving them as much time off as you did the West. Why are you doing that differently? I don't understand why both 7-8s didn't play and then both 9-10s play. Why did you do it differently? That's my question.
Television, stadium availability.
Could be. It's all possibilities. Stupid
so
lacrosse people were playing.
Hold on. What's the name of Philly Stadium?
Where do they play now?
Yeah. Xfinity Mobile. or
It,
Xfinity Arena.
yes, Xfinity Mobile
Xfinity
Arena,
Arena
Philadelphia.
events
Yep.
calendar. So let's see what their
What
events
was going
calendar
on
looks
last
like.
night?
Yeah, because that's exact. Oh, there was nothing going on last night. There's no excuse.
Nice try though.
There's no
It
excuse.
was a
There
good
was
try.
nothing. Hey, I'm just out here trying to help them understand
I don't get it. I
because.
didn't make sense
Oh
to
wait, no
me.
no 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 no. Canadians versus Flyers last night,
Okay.
and now you get literally. So we're playing the Mammoth. We're playing our first home game of the playoffs on Saturday.
Yeah.
There is a chance our next game for round 2 will be on Thursday or Sunday. So we could have
Based on
a
whatever's.
short week
Yeah.
or a long week based on the Avalanche and the
Well,
Nuggets.
I mean, this is what happens: is the stupid lacrosse schedule gets in the way of real sports, and then.
And so I guarantee you this is why the
And
76ers and
that's
Magic,
probably
which was the
you're
7-10 in that group,
you're
played today.
you're probably right, but it's still unfair. It's still
Well,
not right.
because Canadians Flyers was the last game of the regular season. That game has been on the schedule since before the year started.
It's fine. I'm just
76ers Magic was not on the
then
schedule.
then
So
you.
they put that in wherever they could. Either that or they play tomorrow.
But that's what I'm saying. They could have played, or they could have started it. I mean, I don't know. They could have played
It's
Monday,
quirky.
but I don't
It's
know.
quirky, but
It's weird
that's
that
big
that
event centers she gotta do.
okay. So the Eastern Conference teams don't get quite the advantage the Western Conference teams do to get where they're going because they get an extra day of rest in the West. Anyway, weird. I just thought it was weird. I feel like it should be even. This was so you sent me this. This is the current playoff if it started yesterday, I think, because we don't have the winner of
Yes, as if it started yesterday.
yesterday, right? So the
Yeah,
Blazers
yeah.
won. They're playing San Antonio. We know that Minnesota and Denver. These playoffs. Some of these playoff matchups are not set because there's still games today. No, is that right? No, these playoff matches are set. It's the NHL we got to do that's not set.
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So Phoenix has got to play the winner of Clippers Warriors. They're in. They'll play Oklahoma City. Lakers Rockets. Denver Minnesota. Those are going to be a couple good matchups. I think those are worth watching. The winner of this 76ers Magic game tonight is going to be playing the Celtics. That's not a good reward either, right?
Not a great one, no.
All right. Loser has to play the winner has to play Charlotte, and the winner of that will get Detroit, who has the best record in the East. And then you have Cleveland, Toronto, and New York, Atlanta in the other matchups in the East. I don't know. The playoffs are going to be interesting this year. Oklahoma City and San Antonio. If you're going to put money, I know Detroit's got the best record in the East. I don't think they match up with Oklahoma City or San Antonio. I don't think they can pull that series off. While they may win the East and be the best team in the East, I don't think they're the best team in the NBA. I think they're third.
I think they're third.
I think they're third. I think San Antonio is playing really good basketball right now. I know Oklahoma City's the best team in the NBA. So
that tracks.
yeah, I think that's kind of where I feel Detroit falls third. Maybe because I'm not even willing to rule out that Denver wouldn't beat them.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be tough, but maybe. And if the Lakers are healthy and not, dealing with issues, then, I mean, who knows? I don't think the East is as strong as the West in general. I mean, but you can tell that by a long stretch because both Oklahoma City and San Antonio are really, really good. So, yeah, there's that. But anyway, it's gonna be exciting. Playoffs will be exciting like they always are.
Playoff basketball is so much better,
right,
than regular season basketball
for sure. So
it makes it so much easier to watch and just
let's
it's nice.
Let's close out with some NHL, which I don't know why this started on this particular shot, but here's Nathan MacKinnon being the leading goal scorer in the NHL with a game left. Right, they're still playing on.
Yeah, and there's
Friday?
a chance he doesn't. There's a chance he doesn't end that way. They play the Kraken this weekend. The Kraken's
So today and
trying to lose.
tomorrow. It's today and tomorrow.
You have an ad playing.
Oh, of course, because I just changed the damn thing. It wasn't playing before. Why is it playing now?
I would just advise a whole other website.
I can't. There's nothing to go
avoid
to.
ESPN and go to the home wherever of NHL or whatever, wherever
But
you're
it's
looking
going to
up.
play whatever ads on there, so it won't
Possibly,
really matter.
yeah. Hard to say. Anyways, what did you ask me before that?
No, I just said they're still playing today and tomorrow.
That's right. I said
are
they
the
play
last
the Kraken
games.
so they're probably not going to score a ton of goals against the Kraken, even though the Kraken's trying to lose. So,
Yeah.
but Connor McDavid plays. he plays what's it called, Vancouver,
Vancouver.
and they're bad.
They're not great. No.
There's a chance Connor McDavid takes the goal scoring title because of who they're playing.
He's not going to score 5.
Oh
He's
man,
not going to
I
score
don't
5.
know.
No, he's not going to score 5. But he does have 134 points, which makes him the leading scorer in the league.
He is, yeah.
Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Connor McDavid. Connor McDavid's on a different level than other players, really. I mean, just because he can
Yeah.
score goals, he can make the passes. He's just that. He's the, I don't know, lack of a better term, Wayne Gretzky. Mark Messier probably is a better choice. Wayne Gretzky was a goal scorer, a lot of goals, some assists, right? Mark Messier was more assists than goals, but he could score some goals. Maybe even Mario Lemieux is a better, uh,
Yeah.
but from back in the day. But anyway, Connor McDavid is fun to watch play hockey. He's
At the rate he's going, he'll be the greatest
oh
NHL player in
yeah,
history to never win a title.
yeah. Well, I mean, you're gonna have to get traded at some point, right?
We always make jokes. Me and Austin always make jokes like McDavid to the Avs.
If he wants a ring, he's gonna have to go somewhere, right?
If he came to the Avs, all right. So just think about this. If he came to the Avs, we would
No,
have
too many,
McDavid, we'd have McKinnon, we'd have McCarr, we'd have Taves,
too many,
which would be 4 of the starting 5 of Team Canada.
too many. There's too many players there. There's too much, too much. I mean, but you could go to a lot of places to have a chance, right? Tampa or
Tampa, Florida,
Buffalo,
yeah.
somewhere like that. You could go
Well,
to one of
Buffalo
the places.
this year, yeah, they're hot.
Buffalo, somewhere like that. But you could go to another team
Yeah.
and try, and at any point in time, you could go to Boston or wherever you wanted to go. And anybody would take him. The question is, how much would you have to give up? Can he fit in with another superstar or multiple superstars, right? Because that's a whole nother thing, right? Not just getting used to the teammates, but is there enough puck? Is there enough ice time for everybody to be happy, right?
How much do you think Connor McDavid's salary is?
I do not know what hockey salaries are.
Give
So
me a guess. Given the
for
fact
one
that
year
he's 1 year salary. Given that he's the best player
in the NHL,
in the NHL total points value.
it can't be as high as I would think it would be, because hockey salaries I don't think are as high as I would
They're all lower
think
than
it should be.
all the other sports.
I
Yeah,
think he makes probably, let's say he makes $12 million a year.
that's a very good guess. 12.5.
Woo! Look at me.
Nathan McKinnon makes 12.6. Jack Eichel makes 13.5. Leon Draisaitl makes 14. He also plays for Edmonton.
Yeah, they're together. Yeah.
And the highest paid player of all of them is in Minnesota. Kaprizov makes $17 million a year. This is insane that these guys do what they do on these dollar values relative to
Right.
what some DB in the NFL makes.
Or even
on 70 less games.
I say even relative to an NBA player, they play the same amount of games, but NBA has become very non-contact. There's contact. Don't get me wrong.
Contact averse.
Yeah, it becomes contact averse, and you get time off if my hammy is twitching, so I'm gonna take the day off. Hockey players don't take the day off. I mean, they do. There are some, but I mean, you got to be hurt or you're not to not play. It's rare that they go, yeah, I don't feel like playing today. That's not happening. Hockey players play all the damn time, and even after they get their bell rung, they're still playing hockey. They're still skating. So I feel like hockey players probably the toughest pound for pound players of any sport.
I think that's without a doubt.
Yeah, and then if you're going to do that, now they're the most underpaid.
Hell,
right? Yeah.
What's his name? Landeskog.
Yeah.
Took a puck to the crotch.
Ouch.
Has a quick surgery, quote unquote, quick surgery, and is back playing in a week and a half.
Quick surgery.
Like, there's not an NBA player in the world
that
would
do
return
that.
with slight hamstring uncomfortability, let alone.
I'm coming back 2 years from now. Yeah. No. Yeah.
And I'm gonna take my talents to South Beach when I do.
Right. For sure. I need to. Oh man, that's crazy. Yeah, Avalanche. Avalanche end of the year. Thursday night against the Kraken at home. There are some games that are going to do some playoff implications and change the way the playoff structure looks. Right now, this here says this is the way it is, but like I said, there are some games that are going to change some things. So
It's mostly moving some of like the lower guys,
right,
the wild card teams and things like
yeah,
that.
yeah, your Ducks and your Mammoth and those teams could swap places. You know what I mean? And it's there's a small amount of points. The things that happened tonight, um, the Stars beat the Sabres, right? That not that that's a huge thing, but the Sabres are um, first place in their division, right? Anyway,
Yeah.
Rangers beat the Lightning. Not that that's going to change anything, but those are Red Wings and Panthers are two of those kind of. They're both out. Holy moly! They're and they're 40. The Red Wings are 41-31,
The Panthers
not making the playoffs.
losing. The Panthers won a title last year,
Yeah.
and this year they don't make the playoffs
Well, I mean, it's
because they
Tampa.
lost. Yeah. Oh yeah, it is Tampa.
It's
Well, but
Tampa's turn.
Tampa's they're at 2 though. I'm just impressed that Buffalo made a 1 seed.
I feel like if why Florida became the epicenter of hockey, I have no idea. But Tampa and
It feels like the
Florida,
answer is money, and I don't know
it might be. It's kind of
why.
weird. You'd think that someone would pour some cash into
But
the.
they've been doing it for 15
It's
years
true.
now, so it's not like it's a new thing. Like
It's true.
the Lightning have 3 titles in that time, and the Panthers have 2 titles in that time. So yeah, kind of
Yeah.
wild.
Yep. All right. You got anything else you want to talk about on the way?
No, go Zers, go Mammoth.
go 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 Zers. Is that what you said?
It goes Zers. Apostrophe ZERS.
Apostrophe ZRs. And by the way, Denver University won the NCAA hockey championship. So
Yeah, we
there's more to
watched that
celebrate
from our
there.
hotel room. That was
Yeah.
pretty crazy.
More to celebrate in Denver. I mean, you got a chance. You got a legitimate chance to win the college national championship there, the NHL championship, right? Stanley Cup. Denver, the Nuggets, I don't know about.
They have an uphill battle to win it,
Yeah.
but I would hardly say they're not a contender.
Right.
Like
And then had Bo Nix stayed not hurt himself, had he been healthy, I honestly think Denver number one was in the Super Bowl, but I don't know if they'd won it, but they were going to be there. I mean, and then the Mammoth are threatening to win the NLL. There's a whole lot of celebration to be had in Denver.
you could be looking at Kroenke Sports
Yeah,
winning 3 titles in the same year.
it's crazy.
Like all in the same city. Denver might be the epicenter of like championship sports if that were to happen. Like even if you won 2, even if the Avs, let's say the Avs and the Mammoth won them.
Yeah,
Like that's still a crazy amount of titles for one
crazy.
city
It is.
in 1 year in one building.
Agreed. So
Yeah. But yeah, it's a great time to be a fan of Denver sports.
for sure. Agreed. All right. Well, we want to thank the NHL, the NFL. We didn't even talk about the NFL, did we?
We did not.
We did not.
But we can thank them. I'm sure there's been a time where we didn't.
The NBA, the National Lacrosse League, Major League Baseball, college, the NCAA. And by the way, if you haven't watched, the Oregon Ducks are ranked in baseball. They're 19th, I think, right now. So and just had a
So watch out.
just had a big series with Nebraska. They won 2 out of 3 from Nebraska, who was also ranked similarly, like 20th. So they're in there. I'm just saying they're going to make themselves a regional again and then lose. So that's what they do every year.
We seem better. Have you seen our throwback uniforms this year?
No.
You should look them up. We have a throwback uniform that's like it's the old green, so the darker green, but still with the more like mustardy yellow O. And the jerseys are just a cream color jersey that just say Oregon on them in old block letters. They're very classy looking. You'd really like them.
Oh, I think I'm looking at them right now.
Oh, they're beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, I like the classic Oregon in the block letters. That looks good.
Yeah, looks good.
But how much am I have to buy one of those?
I don't know. I don't even know if they're for sale.
That's a pretty good jersey. I'll bet somewhere there's somebody with one. We'll find one.
Probably, yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So if you haven't watched that, anyways, I want to thank the NCAA. But I want to thank everybody for listening. This has been a Brain Rock production, a division of Lonely Tree Media. And thanks for listening. We'll see you next week.